Okay, we've all faced them before, food cravings, and we get them, oh man, we eat everything. In the moment, they're the most miserable thing because you know you just can't control yourself. Or can you? Today, we're gonna be running through 6 ways in which you can fight food cravings and get your health back in check. Number 1, your identity crisis. Okay, this sounds super weird, and I know you're probably not used to this, but I want you to give into your temptations. Yeah, have those cookies, have the chips, but do one thing for me. Recognize why you want it, right? Recognize what you were craving and what situation may have caused it in the first place. To put it simply, be aware of what you're eating in the moment. That's all I'm asking. Now, when you're often identifying these triggers in the moment, this is the most important step. Simply because if you know what turn of events caused it to happen in the first place, maybe it's something you control, or maybe it's something you can't control. And at least now you know that it's nothing to fret about, because if it's actually out of your control and it's causing you that, and it's not your fault, it's already one piece of the puzzle that allows you to feel just that much better, especially about your food cravings. 2, plan around your feelings. Now that you've identified what triggers exist, it's time to set into motion what you could actually do to begin rectifying it. Often a really, really good thing to do or to be able to have ready is a healthy substitute, but not just an overall one, not just a random snack, a specific one that substitutes a specific craving. Because for example, if you're craving something crunchy, no amount of sweet food or fatty food will make up for it, and vice versa. Being prepared for your feelings and understanding what triggers cause what foods you're craving for is an amazing way to make sure you stay on track with your plan. 3, removing temptation. Whatever you have in the house, get rid of it. Don't justify it. Don't try to make it last over the next few days. Just get rid of it and rip the band-aid off. Most of the time when we have the temptation in front of us, it continually reinforces that it's okay to have it in the house, and if you can, get rid of it entirely. Next up is grocery shopping. Rule of thumb, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry, right? When we're hungry or when we're low on blood sugar, decisions and willpower they just start going down, guys, like completely, like so much, tenfold. And you'll find that you'll pick up that bag of chips, bring it home, eat it entirely, and then regret it literally like a second later because you've come to your senses. So before you go grocery shopping, always make sure you've had something to eat beforehand. Next up, friends. We all have them, except me. When you go out with friends or gather for social events, you'll find that you'll be more likely to have that cheat meal, that one food that you really shouldn't be eating, or perhaps one too many shots at the bar. One of the best strategies, aside from avoiding your friends altogether, is to enlist the help of a few or even all of them to keep an eye on you and keep you accountable. Have an honest conversation with them, and knowing that there is someone watching you when you're eating or when you're drinking something makes you think twice and really keeps you in line about what foods you shouldn't be having. Dopamine, that feel-good neurotransmitter that just makes you go, ah, I get it. We all seek that dopamine kick when times are tough, or maybe even when you're bored, right? You're looking for that feel-good neurotransmitter. It's tough to keep up with. Number 1 thing you can do, keep yourself occupied, keep yourself busy, keep active, and you'll find that that dopamine kick can come back in other ways. Rewards, all right? Reward yourself. After a week or 2 of clean eating, it's totally cool to indulge a little bit or give yourself that, that treat or that cheat meal you've been eyeing. Now, here's a word of caution, however. Don't let it become a habit, and don't let it become something that spirals out of control. I know a lot of people who they eat clean for a week, 2 weeks, and all of a sudden they have that one meal or that one thing, and then they just lose control, right? So how do you stop yourself? And if you know that you buy a bag of chips or a box of cookies, and you can't just have 1 or 2, let's go for something a little higher quality if that's the case. Buy one from a local bakery instead, right? Maybe buy one that's a little more gourmet, and that way once you're done, the temptation isn't there anymore, and the temptation isn't sitting in your home talking to you. Andy, eat me. They're seductively looking at you. It's not a... I have to give you a little bit of ASMR. Now, this isn't exactly a point, but I want to speak of this here. Forgive yourself. I think we're all a little too hard on ourselves and are always looking for perfection when all you really need is some grace, some patience, and some leeway to really reach your goals. You're going to mess up. You're not going to get it perfect, and chances are you're going to mess up more than once. Keep your goals in mind, stay present, and keep getting better day by day. All right, guys, that was 7 ways to fight your food cravings and get to a healthier you. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.